Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Bombers lose. Our first loss of the season, and it stings having that on home field. Bombers, though, would get 9 straight wins, lose the 10th, wouldn't get the 10-0 to the Alouettes in overtime, 20-17. Now, there are some problems I have with some aspects of this game. However, I want to first get it off my chest that we did not play perfect this game, and the Alouettes overall played a good game. They really did. And there's going to be much more details I'm going to get into. There were some officiating stuff I did not agree with. I want to make sure I'm putting this out up front. That was not the reason we lost this game. Okay? As much as I don't like some of the stuff, I'm not someone who will blame an entire loss on refs. That's not who I am. But let's go through this game though. So pre-game, Greg Ellingson is back. It's nice to see him back healthy in the lineup. Agadosi isn't yet. I'm not sure how long he's going to be out. And it's alternate jersey night. Bombers would wear the alternate jersey for the first time this season. I don't know if we want to wear them again, but is what it is. But let's get into the first quarter. So Montreal has a decent first possession, but wouldn't get a ton out of it. However, the Bombers would have a big throw to Dalton Schoen.
Come on, let's go.
Nice! What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? I called it! I 100% called that! So Dalton Schoen continues being, I think is going to be a massive candidate for Rookie of the Year. And it would go back and forth a little bit. And then Willie Jefferson would get a sack.
Get up! Yep. Yeah! Look what happens when he doesn't get rid of it so quick.
That's what happens! Yeah, so Willie Jefferson with the sack. And honestly, that's all you're going to get for the most part in this game when it comes to the D-line. The D-line, they played okay. Not to the same caliber that I've seen in the past. However, the Montreal Alouettes offensive line had a massive game tonight, and I do think the O-line is the biggest decider in this game, to be completely honest. The Bombers O-line took a long time to get going. They struggled. Caleros dealt with a lot of defensive linemen in this first half, and there was so many missed opportunities for throws that he could have gotten, but he just didn't. He didn't have that time in the pocket. And a lot of the times it was tricky for him to get out and scramble. Now, there was a few times he could. However, he didn't get as much. He needed more coverage tonight, and he didn't get that, sadly, from his offensive line. That was a bit of a weaker spot in this game. And overall, first quarter was quite stale. Not too much happened, which would bring us into our second quarter of the game. Pass incomplete. And I thought we had some good coverage here. The refs disagreed and called this pass interference. Now I'm going to bring this up later in the game, because this matters. I think it was good coverage. However, it was called pass interference. So this right here is setting the standard for what the consistency needs to be on what is considered pass interference and what's not for later to come. This is important because you have to be consistent more so than... if you don't, it's annoying if you don't get the right call, but the consistency matters more, as that tells the teams what they can and they cannot get away with and what the standard is for playing defense. So we'll get back to that later, though. The Alouettes would get a touchdown here, and I was really annoyed because I don't know if they showed this on TSN, but at least from being in the stands, it appeared that ball was not over the goal line when the play was whistled dead, okay? And then he puts the ball there because he's trying to push it forward. I understand that. But then the ref runs in afterwards, sees where the ball is, goes, oh, it's in, and then calls it the touchdown. I don't think he was in. They didn't even review this, which was a little annoying. I think they should have, but is what it is. I really think Mike O'Shea should have probably challenged a few times in this game. He was holding back on it quite a bit, but is what it is. Point after touchdown is good. 7-0 Alouettes. It would go back and forth a bit, and then when there would be a touchdown pass to Dalton Schoen.
Get it! Get out of there! Get out of there!
Oh, there you go! Now you got all the room, buddy! Now you got it! There you go! point after touchdown is good. Converts good. 7-7 game. And then Montreal would hit the uprights on only a 12-yard kick. So not a great kick there. However, it's not the only one that will be like that. And not much left would happen. And this would be 7-7 going into halftime. So let's go straight through that third quarter. Start by going back and forth just a little bit. And this is when the Alouettes O-line, when I was really starting to see that they were playing stellar tonight. The Alouettes O-line was truly phenomenal. They had so much that they had to deal with, and they were able to manage it quite well. And the Alouettes would get a field goal, making this 10-7 Montreal. Zach, what do you think, huh?
I think they're good.
Let's see here. Let's see it out here. Dude, he almost missed it. He shouldn't have played it. He would have messed it like last time.
And 7:42 left in the third.
So Alouettes would hit the field goal. Bombers would then push forward afterward, and then Leggio would follow it up with a field goal of his own.
That's good.
There you go. There you go, Leggio. Nice kick. Good kick. High game. Yep, and then at this point, Caleros was starting to connect with his receivers a bit more. So Caleros was finally starting to get that figured out. The O-line on our side was starting to play a bit better, and he was finally starting to have time to make those plays going. One thing I will say to Trevor Harris's credit of the Alouettes, he was making those throws immediately. When he got it there, he wasted no time making that throws because he knows that Bomber offense, that Bomber D-line, is coming for him. So he knew to get that ball out quick. And so that was a smart play by them. And then the Bombers would come up clutch. The sticks would come out measurement, but it was good. First down, Bombers. Fourth quarter action now. And then there would be an excellent catch by Greg Ellingson to start the quarter. That was really good. Yeah, so Bombers would come out fourth quarter flying. They would go all the way down the field, and then Oliveira would go in with the touchdown. Oh, nice. Go Oliveira! Go! Overall, I thought Oliveira had quite a solid game tonight. He would get the touchdown there. Converts good, 17-10 Bombers. And then Montreal would then get a sack, strips the ball of Caleros, and then the Alouettes would push it downfield, and then they would get just 3 yards away. 1st and 3 for the Alouettes. And then, so there'd be a stop, and it would be then 2nd and 1, okay? Keep him out! Keep him back! Run! Keep him back! You got him! That's it! Got the stop. We got it. Let's keep it going. And then... Come on, boys! Come on! Come on! Keep him out! Keep him out! No! He didn't get it!
There's a flag! There's a flag!
You got a flag?
There's a flag! There's a flag!
I know, I see.
Wait for the flag! We got a flag!
I think they stopped it. I think they just did. And then... And... I was really annoyed with this penalty, and I'm not gonna lie. The camera angle we got in the stadium, just for the one in the stadium, I did not see anything that even resembled an offside. Now, I want to make this clear. I also had I was talking to a lot of people watching at home. I'm assuming they got a different camera angle than us. Apparently, one of our players is like his pinky was offside or something like that. However, I'm a little suspicious about this. I don't think there's any way that ref could have seen that was offside. However, I think he might have been wary about it. So I think he preemptively calls it offside, brings it to the review, and then they can then make the determination on that. This is a play I think we could have challenged because it's so close that I don't know if you can make a consistent argument one way or the other, which means you would have to overturn the play on the field. But if it's that close, maybe go for it. But is what it is. And then the Alouettes would get the touchdown. not gonna lie, I was furious at this point because you have to remember, I only had that camera that we got in the stadium, and that looked like a good stop to me, but doesn't matter. It would count, so convert would be good. 17-17 game, and then Janarian Grant would get a great return to start.
Go. Run. Oh! There you go! There you go! There you go! Go!
Janarian Grant gets that return that the Bombers would need to get down, and then Mark Leggio, really close, ball gets tipped.
No! Oh my God.
Ball looks like it was tipped. And got out of the end.
Yeah, so despite what some people think of it just being a bad kick, that ball was tipped. However, I think Leggio, the Bombers, right here, I understand why they wanted to kill the clock, get down, so that way if they get that field goal, Montreal has no time to get anything. But I feel like they spent so much time worrying about running that clock down, and so much time they just get the damn kick right. This is a kick where Leggio, I think he just needs to put as much power as he can through that. Where even if he misses, they can make that tackle in the end zone, get that 1 point. This is where I think they worried too much about the clock and didn't focus enough on just the play at hand. You know, the Bombers, the way they've been able to get the way they've been able to get this 9-0 season is that they were constantly just worrying about the next play and the next play and just the play at hand, at least not the next play, but the play at hand. And I feel like they got so caught up in that clock and just worrying to make sure it got down to 0 that they didn't just make the damn play. So is what it is, though. Overtime, first overtime for the Bombers this season. 3rd down, Alouettes.
Come on, guys! Come on! Stop it! Yeah, he's out! He's out! Let's go!
We got it. We forced them to 3rd down. Alouettes would hit the field goal, making this 20-17.
43 yards out. David Cote's.
So, 20-17 Alouettes. Bombers now have their turn. They start going, and now there's a play, and now this is where I'm bringing up this pass interference. It's the exact same play, to a T, that happened earlier in this game, okay? Now, it was called pass interference when it shouldn't have been. However, they have set the precedent for the rest of this game. So, Mike O'Shea knows this. He challenges, because he says, listen here, you know, we've seen this play before this game. This should turn out the exact same way. They've set a precedent, so they now have to roll with that. And exact same play as earlier in the game. The call stands.
After review by the committee, the ruling of the field stands.
What? Are you serious? Where's the consistency? You have none.
I was furious. I was just absolutely bewildered here. I really was. And, you know, I've calmed down a bit since then on the drive home. You know, could you have called that pass interference? It's really up in the air. However, the problem I have more is the consistency. This is an issue that the CFL has had a lot. And I'm not just talking Bombers. I'm talking league-wide. This is an issue the CFL has had. We need some damn consistency. This is NHL goaltender interference levels of inconsistency here. You know, we need a set standard that will apply from the start of the game to the finish of the game. I was really not happy with this. Leggio goes for the kick.
No, wait.
From 37 yards out, Mark Leggio's field goal hits the uprights. Final score, Montreal 20, Winnipeg 17.
That is it. Bombers' undefeated streak comes to an end. And you know what? as much as this really is a bummer, this is like, because it's like, out of all the teams we lost to an East team, really? Like, an East team? Come on, guys. But this is necessary. And the reason why I'm saying this is necessary is the Bombers have had so many games where we have relied on late game glory to get us through. And a little bit of luck as well. And the Bombers, I feel like there's no way we were going to go this season 18-0. That never happens. That doesn't happen. And it wasn't going to. And honestly, I would rather see us lose a game, the 10th game into the season, than the last game of the playoffs. The Bombers need to go through some sort of adversity. These players need to be reminded, we are not invincible. We got to show up for a full 60. We can't just show up for 15. We can't just show up for 20. We can't just show up for 45. We got to show up the entirety of this game. So I think this is something that the Bombers kind of needed. As much as it sucks as I wanted to get to that 10-0, it really would have been nice. I had some stuff prepared for that. But you know what? I feel it's more important that the Bombers really learn from this. We finally have a bye week, a break. Keep in mind, I think the Bombers are the only team to have not gotten a bye week so far. So Bombers have been, a little tired out. Hopefully they're able to recoup, get back into it, prepared, moving forward. And so star of the game, though, seriously, stars of the game goes to that Montreal Alouettes offensive line. I feel like that was the biggest difference between this game and the last. And just being able to shut down that Bomber defense. And so disappointed about this loss. However, I'm not, there's nothing huge to fret over about it. I mean, there's not much you can complain about winning 9 straight games to start the season, There's not much to complain about with that. And overall, I think it's important that the Bombers, they learn from this. They don't fret about it, as much as it's a loss is a loss. I think it's now fair to look for a kicker as well, because, he did miss 2 big kicks. And, I understand some people saying, it's just because he was under pressure. And I get that. I completely understand. However, you do need a kicker who can kick under pressure. Every kick in playoffs is under pressure. And so I think the Bombers should at least float that idea around, be willing to trade away a first-round pick just because now's the time to buy in. And I hope the Bombers learn from it and are ready for next game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit more monotone. We didn't win, so I don't know what you expected there. I know some other fans of the CFL that are not Bomber fans probably love this video, in which completely understand. And I hope you guys, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really would appreciate it. Make sure you guys also subscribe to CFL Central. We have league-wide coverage there. I'm sure you guys will be very much anticipating me and Jake's conversation about this following the Week 10 review, as this will be included in that. So until next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you guys later.
Can they take the lead on this drive?